So like,
no, two-time unified heavyweight champion. So far, so good.
oh, with boxing, yeah, 100%. But what I'm saying now is, there's another level of fitness.
Yeah.
You guys wanted me to go bigger? How about twice as big?
Right? If Anthony Joshua is to do what he done to Ngannou to Jake Paul.
Anthony Joshua has fans stunned after unveiling a monstrous new physique, leaner, sharper, and more explosive than we've seen in years. His transformation has set social media on fire, and the message to Jake Paul is unmistakable. From the granite-cut shoulders to the old-school championship stance, Joshua's new look isn't just for show, it's a warning.
Yeah, that's what I like about the world-class boxing gym.
Everyone says they want to be a world champ, but people are not willing to do what it takes to become a world champ. And even in this gym, it's like you're put through the test, because I mean, it's one thing to say you want to hang out with champs and hang out with other fighters, another thing to be able to endure the workout and endure the work, so it's a big thing. He's been pushing himself, he's asking me, what can I do more, how can I be better, how can I build my fitness more? And that's really a sign of a great individual and a great champion.
Joshua clarified that this change didn't happen overnight. It's simply his genetics and relentless hard work. He said that when his natural power is fully activated through training, it becomes dangerous for anyone standing across from him. With Jake Paul next on the list, Joshua made it clear he isn't adding muscle for aesthetics, he's unleashing what's already inside him. And that could spell serious trouble once the punches start flying.
Road work. So even though I'm big, this is just genetics.
Right, definitely, yeah.
It's not like I spend hours in the gym like lifting. You can't run 10 miles and only spar 4 rounds. You have to run 4 miles and spar 10 rounds. Yeah, like what I'm trying to say is gym work's important with your coach. All this stuff is just the core stuff, this stuff is just the extra add-ons that you're gonna get. But you have to have good technique, you have to have a good understanding of boxing. Like, that's your muscle, your brain. That's what a coach is gonna train you mostly. Like, he wants to train this. And if you've got that at its strongest, yeah, I feel like you'll be good.
So far, so good.
Jake Paul has openly admitted the size difference between him and Joshua is massive, but instead of backing off, he's using it as motivation. Paul said people spend years telling him to fight someone his own size, so he went the opposite direction and chose someone twice as big. He framed the matchup as the ultimate challenge, proof that he fears neither danger nor criticism. But even with his confidence, the physical gap brings real risks Paul can't ignore.
About twice as big. Literally, he's twice as big as Gervonta. He's 6'6", 260 pounds with an 82-inch reach. I mean, just look at us next to each other. Two-time heavyweight champion of the world, an Olympic gold medalist. While he was winning Olympic gold, I was filming Vines in high school. What'd you say? AJ is a knockout artist with fights that have literally ended in seconds. He's fought legends, Klitschko, Usyk, Ruiz, Ngannou.
The tale of the tape tells the story. Anthony Joshua, 6 feet 6 inches, 82-inch reach, natural heavyweight at well over 240 pounds. Jake Paul, 6 feet 1 inch, 76-inch reach, around 200 pounds. The height, weight, and power advantage overwhelmingly swing toward AJ. His longer reach means he can control distance and punish Paul before he even gets close. Jake will have to depend on speed, movement, and perfect timing. If Joshua uses his size smartly, Jake could find himself overwhelmed.
We've got 28 years old compared to 36 years old. So I guess the advantage there goes a little bit towards Jake Paul. 28-year-old is better than a 36-year-old. But that being said, we've got talking about experience and everything else. What comes with being 36 years old at Anthony Joshua's level. And then, like I mentioned, the heavyweights kind of seem to prime a little bit older. They'll come down to the height and the weight. This is the big one. 6'1" versus 6'6". 200 pounds versus 252 pounds. We've got a 252 pounder in Anthony Anthony Joshua. The reach advantage is a lot, which we would expect. Amateur fights, we can see that Jake's only had one, where AJ's had 43, but 43 of them are including at the highest level, Olympic level. And yes, he won the Olympic bloody gold medal, if I don't need to remind you. Then the pro record, Jake Paul has had 13 fights, lost 1. AJ has had 28 fights and he's lost 4 with 25 KOs. And the one person that Jake Paul lost to was Tommy Fury. Now, can we compare Tommy Fury with Anthony Joshua?
Revisiting the tape, Joshua's heavyweight frame creates a natural power gap Jake simply can't match. Joshua's shots carry far more stopping force, and if he imposes his physicality, the fight could become a brutal, one-sided scenario for Paul.
He is ruining his legacy just by taking this fight.
Fans don't respect what he's done in the sport already. He's an Olympic gold medalist, 2-time unified heavyweight champion of the world.
I sort of sympathize with him because I feel like if he doesn't beat him quicker than he beat Francis, people are just going to write it off. I'll ask you bluntly, have there been any discussions about there's an agreement, there's a secret contract? Have any of those discussions happened regarding this fight?
It's an 8-round professional fight. AJ wouldn't have taken it if that was the stance it had to be, if it was an exhibition, if it was you've got to hold him up for 8 rounds. It wouldn't suit Anthony Joshua.
Matchroom CEO Frank Smith has been measured about the idea of Joshua facing Jake Paul. He hasn't ruled it out, but he says a fight between them isn't the priority right now. Smith acknowledged the massive difference in pedigree. Paul's rise is nothing like Joshua's path through elite competition. Still, he confirmed discussions about a potential matchup for early 2026. So while Matchroom is open to the hype, he remains realistic about the unpredictable business of boxing.
My cup of tea, and then obviously he ended up fighting Ngannou, and so I didn't know if this was a bridge too far for him.
No, I think for AJ it was just, look, he's done everything in the sport. He's been, like I say, he's a 2-time unified champion. He's fought the best, the elite fighters in, Alexander Usyk twice. And for him, it's just, right, I want to do things that interested me, motivate me. And obviously, if you can go and do that for a load of money against someone, fair play. I think me and Jake Paul might be more competitive than Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua.
Oh, my dear.
I actually want to make, as the comeback fight for Jake Paul, Eddie Hearn, Jake Paul.
Wow.
Yeah. Don't you think that would be big? As the comeback fight.
Yeah, like meaning after he loses this one.
For Jake's comeback fight.
You think Eddie would be down?
For money.
Could you imagine?
I know.
Tony Bellew doesn't think the fight should happen at all. He said the mismatch is so extreme that Jake Paul would be in real danger. To Bellew, this is a pure money grab and Paul is risking his health for a payday. While it wouldn't hurt Joshua's legacy, Bellew insists Joshua would dictate everything, making the fight more spectacle than sport.
5 stone lighter and 8 inches shorter, so I don't believe anything. Until they're in a ring together, I don't believe nothing.
Obviously AJ was meant to fight in an 8-rounder. I think Eddie said to me earlier against...
In an 8-rounder?
Yeah, okay. Against a top 120 opponent on BoxRec that none of us would have heard of. Okay. Just a kind of confidence, go and get a knockout type victory. I suppose you can go and do that against Jake Paul and earn an absolute fortune from
Listen, I've said before and I'll say it again. Boxing is a brutal, brutal business. Go and make as much as you can, as quick as you can. Once you've achieved your dream and goals of becoming a world champion, there's nothing left to do besides make money. But what are you chasing? You've won all the belts. I think he's missing a WBC, I think that's about it. Go and get the belts and that's it. Move on.
Do you believe it should be sanctioned?
What I believe doesn't matter.
No, but I'm just curious.
What I believe doesn't matter because some governing body will.
Of course.
Or some sanctioning body will. Some
Florida
organisation. Yeah, absolute maniacs. But that's another argument. That's another cause. It's like the one I hear Chris Eubank Sr. talking about on the radio the other day. He's talking about safety of fighters. Champ, you were the worst for it. You went up to cruiserweight when you were super middleweight and didn't do it once but twice. And then you're saying people should have saved you from yourself. No, that's why we're fighting.
Many experts believe that if Joshua doesn't knock out Jake Paul early, within the first few minutes, it could be embarrassing. With such a huge mismatch, anything less than a dominant KO could actually hurt Joshua's reputation.
Well, here's some proper talk then. If Anthony Joshua doesn't knock out Jake Paul within 6 minutes, it's embarrassing. Not only for him, but also for the sport of boxing. And if he does knock him out within 6 minutes, because it's a proper fight, boxing better pray that there's no lasting damage to Jake Paul. The phrase, fuck around and find out, springs to mind. This is not a game. You don't play boxing. Especially not with a two-time unified heavyweight world champion in his athletic prime. If you're gonna deal with clowns...
Johnny Nelson agrees, Joshua is in a no-win situation. If Paul lasts the distance, critics will say AJ has faded or isn't serious. A heavyweight of Joshua's caliber is expected to dismantle Paul quickly. Anything competitive destroys the idea that this fight is meant to be easy money.
I do believe it because AJ is involved, and I think AJ struggled to he's going to take enough flack over this, but again, it's money talk. So I think AJ will struggle because it's an Owen situation. If he goes in there, Jake Paul lasts the distance. What does he tell you about AJ? Apart from he's just earned an extra 15 million quid. If he goes there and struggles with Jake Paul, then what's he say about AJ? Your heydays are well and truly over. If he goes in there and knocks him out, then I'll say that's to be expected. So the glory, there's probably not much glory in it, apart from the haters of Jake Paul to say, right, I've got rid of this kid. I think it's very brave of Jake Paul. So now the problem child has got to believe this fight's actually happening. So now you've got our attention. So now you've got to back up the boast. It's not about, you're not playing tiddlywink. This is the only game you can't play.
Nelson did praise Jake's business brilliance, calling him a genius at selling himself. But he's skeptical about Jake as an elite fighter. He sees Paul as a strong domestic-level competitor who somehow earns world champion money without climbing the traditional ranks. To Nelson, Jake's real power is his promotion and online influence, not world-class boxing ability.
Paul really beat Anthony Joshua?
All right, listen, I give all credit. Everyone knows that. They get mad at me that I give too much credit to Paul. Why? He's done a hell of a job to put himself in this position. He sold himself. He sold his dream. He took his dream. He took his idea. And he put it out there, and he made it happen. Give him credit for that. And he made it happen. And he took risk along the way. Yeah, he picked his spots. He's in the driver's seat. He gets to pick his spots. He's the one bringing the money. He's the one promoting. Yeah, he's the name. He made himself that, coming from where he came from, with all his followers and the whole thing, and just the uniqueness of what he was doing. But he has learned along the way. He's not a top guy yet. No, I don't know that he ever will be. He didn't have that amateur back.
Jake Paul's ambitions extend beyond boxing. He's also challenged Conor McGregor, claiming his own skills are rising while McGregor's are declining with age. Many are skeptical, given McGregor's combat pedigree. Still, Paul's strategy is clear: take on big names, elevate his profile, and dominate headlines. Fans are especially drawn to the idea of Joshua facing Paul because they want to see AJ humble him. Paul's history of calling out legends has made him one of the most polarizing figures in combat sports, and many believe Joshua would end Paul's bold claims once and for all.
To be taking the mick. Jake Paul has called out Anthony Joshua and claims, I will fucking beat Anthony Joshua's ass. You know what? I want this to happen, just so Anthony Joshua could just absolutely decimate this man right here. So first he fights Tommy Fury, a legitimate professional boxer, and he loses. Then he fights an OAP in Mike Tyson and beats him. Obviously, he's nearly 60 years old. Then he goes to try and fight Canelo, which fell through, thankfully. Then he tried to fight Tank Davis, which again fell through. And now he wants to fight Anthony Joshua, a legit world-level heavyweight boxer. Anthony Joshua is someone that I've always looked up to and probably one of my favourite boxers to this day and age. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind Jake Paul here and there, but there's just things he does in the sport that I don't agree with at all. And fighting Anthony Joshua, listen, I'm all here for it, just to see him get knocked clean out. The fact that he thinks he can compete with these high-level boxers, even though he lost to Tommy Fury, is just laughable. But how long does it...
Boxing pundits often call Jake Paul the sport's ultimate cash cow. In 2021 alone, he reportedly made over $40 million from fighting. His PPV numbers are massive, he runs his own promotion company, and he monetizes every inch of his online presence. He calls out legends, offers big paydays, talks trash, and whether fans love or hate him, they pay to watch. Even his loss to Tommy Fury didn't slow down his momentum.
paid so much money for that.
25 million and 40 million?
I think 20 and 40. Yeah, I think that's what I'd heard. You know, which I'm happy Mike got the money, and I'm happy that he didn't get hurt. That was my fear, that it was going to be a real fight and he was going to get hurt.
You've known him for a long time. I've known him for a long time.
I love that dude.
Me too.
And he was a larger-than-life figure in my childhood.
Truly, me
when
too.
I was a kid, when he was the champ, it was like people don't understand what a champ he was. Like he wasn't just the heavyweight champion of the world. He was an executioner. Like
Truly.
Every fight was just a matter
I don't
of how
remember
long was it going to
which
last.
fight it was that I went to go see a couple of fights, and I actually went to go see Julio Cesar Chavez fight.
Unlike many traditional fighters who dismiss YouTube boxing, Anthony Joshua sees the positive side. He said it brings new audiences to the sport and boosts overall viewership. Joshua acknowledges that fighters like Jake Paul have introduced boxing to younger fans who might never have watched otherwise.
10 out of 10. I'm telling you, it's good for boxing because it's showing people you can fight someone that is well-known, credible, can fight, marketable, without a championship, and have that same effect early on in your career, and you can still get all the rewards anyway. So I think that they're showing guys, oh, hang on a minute, there's so much potential in boxing regardless of championships, and I think it's good because now people start taking more risks early on. These guys coming into the game are changing the landscape for the better, showcasing that if you have a business mind on, marketable, creative, content-driven, obviously talented, you can...
So what do you think? Is Joshua simply unstoppable here? Or can Jake Paul shock the world with an upset? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.